hope you guys are doing well. Well. So, Mom and I have been working around the clock trying to get some stuff done, and so I'm going to be hit and miss over the next couple days trying to get the houses cleaned up, hers as well as mine. So, we're at hers house right now. Working on cleaning that up, and I figured I'd come on here and just say hi to everybody before I got started on my day. We're going to say we're still searching for Sebastian Rogers, a 15-year-old child that disappeared from inside his locked home in Hendersonville, Tennessee, and has not been seen or heard from since. Good morning, Dawn, Holly. It's nice to see you all. Beautiful. Mickey, Shell, Melanie. Michelle, Brenda, Nicole, good morning, guys. Good morning. I hope you guys have your cup of joe. I got my cup of joe. Do you have your cup of joe? Yeah. Yum, yum, yum. I went ahead and broke down and got some Dunkin', some Dunkin' coffee. My mom has Folgers. She has one can of Folgers and one can of Maxwell House, and we're on the Maxwell House, and I couldn't handle it anymore. So Dunkin' it is. Dunkin' it is. I probably should have brought mine from the house, but that'd have been too much. It's nice to see everybody. I think I left off at Nicole. Crystal Pistol, it's nice to see you. Misty Moon, Bobby, Denise, it's nice. Oh, Nani, big hugs and love to you. Metal Ass, it's nice to see you. Shining Star, our beautiful Sonia is up in the house. I'm wearing one of her shirts, as a matter of fact. I still think this is available. It might have some modifications to it, but this is, I think, still available. No Justice, No Peace. And that has Displaying Me and Chronicles of Olivia on it. It's nice to see you all today. So hopefully everybody's Saturday is kicking off well. Mine started off fairly early. And, I'm just taking a break from the morning hustle and bustle just to come in here and pop in here. I didn't want you guys thinking I got hit by a truck or a train or a bus. So I'm here. I've just got a lot of stuff, as you guys can imagine. Getting cleaned up after the hurricane is always time consuming and quite trying at times. So that's what we're just trying to do. Things have been progressing. I've moved. There's a lot of, not quite all the 5 trees, but most of the trees are in the front of my yard. They fill up my whole yard. I still have all the metal that's in the back. I still have to try to figure out how to disassemble the shed. And I'm trying to figure out, do I want to just tarp it, or do I want to go ahead and disassemble it right now and leave everything I have out in the elements. And I'm not sure if I really want to leave everything in the elements. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do, because to be honest with you, the base of that shed was already starting to deteriorate. I don't know why my ex-husband would have used wood instead of some kind of composite framing. Because the wood's just pretty much saturated and rotted in that area. So to be honest with you, the base we needed to figure out what we were going to do with the base anyways. So I just think a new shed will probably just be the fix. Adrian, it's nice to see you. Sonia, Lisa B, always, it's nice to see you. Our beautiful Stacy, our beautiful Sandy up in the house. Beautiful Michelle, all my beautiful people up in this house. It's nice to see you bright and early Saturday morning. I don't really have a whole lot to discuss because I've been working quite a bit, and also been looking into 2 other potential cases that we will be covering coming up. We need to get back to Sebastian Rogers. We need to start searching for him and finding out where he could possibly be. But with the state of affairs, it's making it quite difficult to do that. So right now we're kind of on a holding pattern until some of this stuff gets resolved. And then I think by Wednesday of next week is when we'll be getting back on to the case and going through the interviews again. We haven't quite made it through all the interviews just yet, but we are going back, and a lot of people are picking up on a lot of new details, because when these interviews were done, we had limited information. We're almost 8 months into this case. We have a lot more information than we did when those interviews were taken. And so now going back and re-listening to them, we can catch a lot more information, whether it be true or untrue or whatnot. Now, I did hear, can somebody tell me? I'm going to watch the chat a little bit. Can somebody tell me what the new stuff is? I haven't had a chance to look at it from um, Silver's on the scene. Can somebody tell me now? I believe that they said that he went somewhere and he confirmed the stepfather was not at work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Well, we knew Sunday was a no go because it's completely closed down. You have a lot of your on your plate. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Thank you for all your contributions, by the way. Is it possible? That's what I was getting to, Michelle Donardo. That's exactly what I'm getting to. Good morning, the hen house. It's nice to see you, my love. I'm trying to figure out what is somebody. I know that you're limited on how much you can write in here. He was not at work. Okay, Brenda said he's not at work. Hey, Serenity, it's nice to see you, my love. I just watched Revelation Tara. Wow. Okay, send that to me. Would you mind? Hey, Caroline, it's nice to see you. That's what I heard too, BHB. Okay. So now, who is the one? CP was at the Roadhouse with. KP is what I seen. Now, I did hear early on that and I thought that was the week before, which was odd because then I realized that it couldn't have been the week before because Sebastian, I believe, was with his father the weekend before. And that's people were giving out so much information, and that's why I haven't talked about that aspect because I couldn't corroborate it, and I wasn't going to feed into the gossip. Yes, he said he talked with the coworker, and now he's saying that's what I'm hearing, Granny, that he was at the Texas Roadhouse. So I'd like to, yeah, I don't understand why people say he had a 4-day weekend because wasn't he at work on Monday? Unless Thursday. Yeah, I think they're trying to say, Sandy, that it's Thursday through Sunday and went to work Monday. But I think it goes into the point that when somebody has a 4-day weekend or something, wouldn't it be probable, probable that they would um, go home that weekend? I think that's the point. At least that seems to be what I'm reading on social media and what I'm deciphering from people's commentary on it. I've kind of stepped away from the actual search and stuff. And, my audience has been sending me Silver's stuff. So I'm just trying to make heads or tails of it. Because to be honest with you, I haven't been able to. Oh, hey, Yada, it's nice to see you, my love. I hope you're doing well today. I haven't been able to watch it personally yet. I haven't had the time to do that because of all the stuff going on in my current world. So I was hoping to get a lowdown from the audience because I haven't had a chance to watch it. I always wondered who took the photo of KP and Sebastian at the Rose House. It stuck out like a sore thumb. He was, okay, that would make sense. Yes, Silver has talked to a guy who told him CP was not at work Thursday and Friday. The guy told Silver he could use his name, but Silver's won't share it. That's probably smart. He probably will use his name. He probably turned over the information to law enforcement, to be honest with you. I'm curious to see what we don't obviously won't have access to it, but at an appropriate time, I'm curious to see what law enforcement has related to timesheets or whereabouts at the time all this stuff was taking place. But again, just like Leilani, we don't get any of that information until they're well in trial. I mean, the only reason why we knew what was going to be taking place in this trial, what information was going to be disclosed in this trial, is because we were boots on the ground. We have a whole county law enforcement and judge preventing people from being boots on the ground, which is unlawful in my opinion. They're trying to deter people from assisting or helping or searching, which we have a right to do. Our Constitution allows for it to search. And anybody that has a differing of opinion apparently has a vendetta against certain people that are a party in this case, not the fact that the leads go where they lead. And it's just a whole I don't know what's going on here. I think it's going to have to take a lot of explanation for them to get a grip and understand what's going on here, because I don't think anybody knows, like the people that are running that county, I don't think they know about this stuff. I don't think they know how it works. I don't think they, but I don't know. I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to say the least, but it doesn't, from the appearance to me, it doesn't appear that the Constitution is what they're upholding here. I can tell you that in my purview. Good morning. I now divorced and moved states, so I dropped this story for a while, moving and stuff. Oh, crazy moon. Well, it's nice to have you back, my love. According to Hong's affidavit, Stepfoot was at the TRH on Sunday with his wife and Sebastian. Interesting. I didn't even read it because I didn't even know where the exhibits were. Believe it or not. It's not like everybody's communicating with everybody, but I didn't see, I only knew what I signed and what I attested to. I didn't know about the other people or how many more people were victims of all of this nonsense until it was filed, and I saw, and we heard the exhibits, and we saw some, we did see some of the exhibits on Mr. and Mrs. E Crimecast, but I couldn't figure out where they got them, and so I started looking into the case itself, and of course I plugged in the case number, and it pulled up 3 items, and those 3 items were not the exhibits and didn't have the exhibits attached. And then so I reached out to guidance, and she, believe it or not, she's the one that forwarded me over to the website that had the complaint, the filed complaint, as well as all the exhibits. And I was just looking there for a very specific reason, because of a statement that I needed to review, but I couldn't find the affidavits or the exhibits forever and ever, amen. And finally I was able to read them. And you got to kind of read the complaint, and when they attach an exhibit, go and look at that exhibit to know what it says. Because when you read the whole entire complaint and then you go to the exhibits after the complaint, it really doesn't make sense in the way that, you got to look at the exhibit as you're reading the complaint when the exhibit is attached and see what they're referring to. So I didn't realize that, and I still haven't read Hong's affidavit. I haven't read all of the affidavits. The only affidavit that I've read fully and understand completely is my own. But there were several, I don't know how many affidavits there were attached to that, but I'll have to go back and look. But Lisa B. always, that dissertation was, I haven't read Hong's. I guess I'm going to have to go back and read it. Nice to see you. Kelly, good morning. Me and my hubby are in the same field. My hubby is a crane operator, and best believe 4-day weekend we would go home. Gotcha. But I wonder why his supervisor, this is where I get, and it's not that I absolutely believe if Silver says he talked to somebody and this is what that somebody says, I do believe that that's what happened. I don't see Silver's talking about a conversation that didn't take place. But my issue would be, unless it's the supervisor that already told us, that supervisor would have known what days. Why wasn't he the one that stated, that if it's another employee, apparently from my understanding is people didn't really care for the stepfather much. So if it's another employee, could it just be somebody that has bad intentions, just trying to stick it to them? Why wouldn't the supervisor that didn't have a problem telling, unless it was, maybe that's the thing. Maybe it was that supervisor that was previously talked to that kicked, that had to replace the stepfather on the crane that day. Maybe it was him that ended up coming forward and saying that, whatever. I don't know. I really don't. I have a question and pray it's all right with you. No, the Alabama stuff, Kelly East, from my understanding, was another coworker of his that came out because he was shocked to find out that the stepfather was married, because their time in 2021 in Alabama, Apparently, the stepfather was out with them at a bar, probably after work or something like that, which can start, I see that happening. I can see that playing out, a bunch of guys from their job after, whatever, want to go out and have a, drink or something to kind of shake off the day. I can see that happening. And there was a statement from a guy. I've got it, but I've got to find it, and I'm not looking for it because I don't really have the time to look for it. But it said something to the effect, goodness gracious, that he was surprised that Chris was married because he did not know anything about Katie, because when they were in Alabama, and I think he specifically said 2021, um, that he was out at a bar hitting on a woman, that he got really close, so to speak, to the bartender at this bar. So I'm, again, not sure. Um, but the Alabama, from my understanding, came in because of that statement, but it wasn't anything recently, from my understanding. But I haven't been following. I don't keep into the contact, the stuff going on social media, because that's a lot of, believe it or not, a lot of it is speculation. And excuse me, a lot of it's speculation and rumors. And so I'm one of those people where if somebody sends it to me, I'll look into the rumor and see if there's a way for me to fact check it. But if I can't get either prove it or disprove it, it doesn't come on this channel unless it's something that seems like it would be true or seems like it could carry some weight. And there's other things like even the mattress and that whole thing that came about early on in the case that I just debunked. Those were rumors that we brought forth in an effort to debunk them. The Ruckus video brought that forward to debunk it. So usually if I bring it up, if it's rumor and I bring it up, it's usually to try to get my audience to send me some information so we can fact check the statement. But that's pretty much everything that we do here. So I don't know about the Alabama. That's my understanding of it, but there may have been something else that came out that I'm unfamiliar with other than that. So if you've got something else you might want to clarify, you can send that to bullhornbetty@gmail.com. Cops need to go back to the beginning of this case and separate. My understanding is they were in separate rooms. I don't know for a fact, but it's kind of standard protocol in a situation like this that they wouldn't put them in the same room. Now, if they did, that's another long list of issues I have with the handling of this case. I have to say, he was at dinner. My entire opinion has changed for the search. Yeah, I get it. Oh, thank you. So Sonia's putting up, we still have the GoFundMe. We're still $26,000 away from our ultimate goal, but we're making great progress. We have almost $4,000 already raised in that account. And so I just want to thank all of you beautiful people. I know it's your hard-earned money. I know it's, it's what you can do. And I just want to tell every person, from the single dollar person to the person that anonymously donated $1,000. Thank you. Thank every one of you. Every single dollar in this situation is appreciated. Every single dollar. We're a dollar will do channel. We have 505 people in here. If everybody in here just gave $1, $2, $5, that would be just $5 from each person that's watching this right now is $1,000. Is that right? 5 and 5. Yeah, I think that's 1,000. Something like that. Sorry. My calculator. I'm not good at my math. Maybe I do. I'll have to pull out a calculator. I don't have anything to write on. That's awesome. I wish I could give more than I did. Oh, like I said, 2,500. Okay, thank you, Yada. If everybody in here, 500 people gave $5, it'd be $2,500 added to it. $5. And so, but I just want everybody to know that I appreciate, and I know that even the ones that are smaller, I appreciate that as well, because to be honest with you, I know you guys could do more if you can't, and you guys are doing something, and I want to tell you that your dollar is just as important as the other dollar. So thank you all for your love and support. I need Microsoft Excel to do math. I know, Sandy. Jeez, go Louise. Seth's nonprofit was doxxed a few nights ago. I don't know your email, but I have the transcript. It's bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I haven't asked him about that. I don't think. I mean, it's a nonprofit that was set up years ago. It sounds like it was just either reinvigorated, or it sounds like it wasn't in good standing. They paid whatever fees they needed because it's going to be cheaper than to set up another nonprofit. Um, Nonprofits are used for a variety of ways. It helps generate money, like Gabby Petito Foundation, to help with domestic violence. This is going to, I don't know what his vision is. I know that he has a vision to help other autistic or disabled children. And you can't really do that without having a nonprofit, because people, in order for them to donate to causes like that, they want a tax deduction. So I understand these yahoos like to make stories out of nothing, but it's because they're uneducated, they don't get it. And we're all about educating our audience and not leaving our audience in the dark and making up salacious stuff so we can get attention. This is very innocent. I think many parents, and just think about yourself. If you lost your child, would you want to do something in your child's honor? And if the answer is yes, then most of those start with a nonprofit. So I think it's just a whole lot of garbage to get attention and to embellish an issue that's very innocent. And I can't wait to see what that nonprofit is going to be able to do in the future. And I hope that whatever goals Seth has set out for that nonprofit is absolutely 100% achieved and very successful. And of course, I'm going to do my part to help him in any way to make sure whatever he's doing is 100% successful. I think people see this man's heart. I think they realize, I mean, a lot of people can kind of put themselves in this man's shoes, not to the extent of what he's going through, but understand that you go to work one day and your whole life fall apart. What would you do? And I think the answer is fight and search. And that's what you've watched this man do: fight and search. He loves his son. He wants his son brought home safe and sound. He knows he's fighting an uphill battle, 8 months later. And it's very, very sad. It's very hard to watch. We are very close with our families that we help on this channel, and it breaks our heart, and we fight a lot harder when we see an injustice, we see something not right, and this man doesn't deserve anything that he's going through. And I hope this nonsense stop. I hope this tactical bully campaign stops. And I hope people, when they realize how serious this is, just stop. I mean, they're making their situation 10 times worse, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion to have. And until a judge is brought forward, it's going to be hard to decipher. But I think that we're going to be getting to the nuts and bolts of this very, very soon. So I'm very, and this is, I can tell you, all of this is for the benefit of Sebastian Rogers. None of us are benefiting from any of this. This is to locate Sebastian Rogers and bring those responsible, and I'm going to say those with a capital THOSE, those responsible to justice. And that's kind of where we are. So I don't have a whole lot of time to spend with you guys today. I'm in the middle of doing a lot of work. And once we get to a stopping point, I'll probably pop back on for a little while. Maybe we'll talk about some of the information on one of the other cases that I've been monitoring and watching and what have you. But, until I have everything, all my ducks in a row with that case, I'm not going to be bringing it forward. We've got to be very careful because of all these haters and what the destruction that they do and how they turn these victims' families upside down over their hate for people that they don't like. They don't care what they're doing to these families, what they're doing when they're going through the most difficult time of their life. They don't care. They don't care. And I hope this enterprise gets shut down as quickly. I would say as quickly as it started, but it's been strategically working and building for several years. So it didn't happen overnight, and it's not going to be brought down overnight, but we are going to work to bring it down. All right, guys, I love you. God bless each and every one of you. Happy Saturday. Go rock it out with your coffee beans out. And we're going to be working around the clock here as always, and I just got to get some much needed errands run and what have you. So I love you guys. Have a great Saturday, and we'll see you back here really soon. Bye, my sweet, beautiful mods. Don't forget to tell my mods thank you. My mods do an incredible job, even at the peak of all this hate and vile and vitriol that we did not bring on ourselves by any stretch of the imagination. We don't mess with these people. We don't talk about these people. The only time we talk about these people is from crap that they're saying about me that we have to address. Otherwise, I would never say their names. I could care less about them, like literally care less about them. They're not missing, they're breathing, they're not an issue for the Bullhorn Betty channel until they make themselves an issue. And that's what they try to do because they're trying to use my name to get their own name because they can't make it themselves. They'll never make it themselves. These channels probably are grown about as large as they're going to grow. You can't build a channel on hate. That's why our channel's growing and their channels are staying stagnant. The only way their channels grow is if their audience starts duplicating and tripling counts just to manufacture the appearance that they're growing. That's it. Nobody has, unless you're just a horrible and just a miserable person could ever. I can tell you when I listen, it makes me have a headache. It literally makes me have a headache. It sits there and I'm sitting there thinking, how can people be this mean all the time? And then when you start researching it, because you know I'm a researcher, you find out that this is mental health and that these people are so miserable in their own life, they can never be happy and they want to drag people down to their level, you know, and we're not going to be drugged down to their level. And I think that that's the thing that they've hated this whole time is because I don't plug them and I don't get drugged down to their level. And so they keep seeing me as a target because they can't take me out. And they just keep working and working and working. That's why it was so important to have me arrested and in handcuffs and have a mugshot to plaster around because that's their vindication. They finally got Bullhorn Betty. That's not what you arrest people for. You arrest them for committing crimes and breaking the law, not manufacturing lies to get them arrested. And that's what happened in this case. All right, guys, you guys take care. God bless you. Have a great day. Rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something, because an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe, but more importantly, kind to one another. And if you're a POS, today's a great day to get your life right and start being happier and start being nicer. God bless.